Assalamualaikum and hi. Today our group will present to you guys about IoT devices. So the device that we choose is smartwatch to be our IoT devices. So in the table of content we have team members, which is me, Muhammad DANIEZANI, Khairul Haris, SYAMIL HAKIMI, AFEEF and ISHRAQI. So second we have the objective. And the third one is phase of IoT devices, which is collection phase, communication phase, analysis phase, and action phase. And lastly is the reference.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad ISHRAQI bin Muhammad Ashraf, and now I will present to you about smartwatch IoT device objective. To begin with, smartwatch IoT device is already become integral to modern healthcare, revolutionizing how health data is collected and also managed. This unwearable device is equipped with advanced sensor and also connectivity features that will allow them to continuously track various physiology metrics. For example, is our heart rate, blood oxygen level, physical activity, and also sleep patterns. By integrating with the broader Internet of Things ecosystem, smartwatch is also only provide users with real-time health insight, but also will enable healthcare providers to remotely monitor patient condition, offering a proactive approach to health management. In the context of health science, smartwatch serve a powerful tool for early detection, chronic disease management, and also personalized healthcare. They might empower individuals to take charge of their health by providing actionable data and fostering awareness of their physical and also mental well-being. In addition, this device support medical research by collecting vast amount of anonymized health data, contributing to the development of new treatment and intervention. As the technology continues to evolve, smartwatch IoT devices are poised to play an even more significant role in enhancing patient care, improving health outcome, and also advancing the field of health.
My name is Muhammad DANIEZANI. We present about the collection phase for smartwatch IoT devices. The collection phase in the context of smartwatch IoT devices in health science relates to the process of gathering health-related data from users through the sensors and also the capabilities of the smartwatch. These phases are critical in health research, personalized medicine, and clinical trials. Here is an outline of what is typically involved in this study. So we have many aspects in the collection phase. So one of these is the data acquisition. So first we have the sensors. Smartwatch is equipped with the various and many sensors. For example, is the accelerometer, gyroscope, heart rate monitors, GPS, and SpO2 sensors. And also sometimes even ECG or skin temperature sensors. These sensors consistently and continuously and periodically collect physiological and activity related data. So the second we have the environmental data. Some smartwatch also will collect environment data such as UV exposure, altitude, and air quality, which can be relevant in some health studies. So in the third one is data transmission. We have the wireless communication. The data is collected by the smartwatch is normally transmitted to the central database or cloud service via Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and also other cellular networks. This transmission will happen in real time or sometime at regular interval. So the encryption for health related data. Encryption during transmission is crucial to ensure privacy and also the security. The third one is data logging. So we have the storage. The data will be temporarily stored in the device before the upload to the cloud or in the central server. To some cases, data can be stored locally on the user's smartphone and synchronized later. So next we have the timestamping. Each data point are typically timestamped to ensure accurate tracking of when the data were collected, and this is important for longitudinal studies and also correlating data with the other event.
The communication phase for an IoT smartwatch related to health involves the secure transmission of health-related data collected by the smartwatch to other devices, healthcare platform or cloud services. This phase also includes receiving health-related data, notifications, or commands from these external sources. Key aspects of the communication phase in a health context. First, data transmission to healthcare platforms. The smartwatch that collects health-related data such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels, sleep patterns, physical activity, and other vital signs is the one of communication phase. This data was transmitted to healthcare platforms, cloud services, and electronic health records (EHR) system. Second, real-time monitoring and alerts. For health monitoring, the smartwatch has transmitted the data in real time to healthcare providers. For example, if a smartwatch detects an irregular heartbeat, it can immediately send an alert and connected app to notify the users to healthcare professionals. In some cases, it also trigger emergency responses, such as alerting medical services when the certain of critical thresholds are crossed. Third, remote patient monitoring. Then, for patients who using smartwatch as part of a remote patient monitoring (RCMP) program, the communication phase is ensures that health data that are consistently and securely sent to healthcare providers. It can also allow doctors to monitor the patient's condition and make timely interventions if necessary. The smartwatch can also receive instruction from healthcare providers, help the user to perform specific actions such as taking a medication. Fourth, data privacy and security. Since this health data was highly sensitive, the communication phase also involves security measures, include encryption and secure authentication protocols. It can protect the data during transmission. 5. Feedback and recommendation. The smartwatch also may receive health-related feedback or recommendation based on the data that has transmitted. For example, if a user's data indicates insufficient physical activity, the smartwatch can receive a recommendation from a health app to encourage the user to do exercise more. 6. Interoperability with health apps. The smartwatch can communicate with any various health and fitness apps that analyze the data and provide insights or track progress. For example, apps like Apple Health, Google Fit, or specialized medical apps can aggregate data from multiple sources, including the smartwatch, and provide a comprehensive view from the user's health. 7. Firmware updates for health features. Lastly, the smartwatch can also receive firmware or software updates that introduce new health monitoring features or improve the accuracy of existing sensors. These updates were typically transmitted from the manufacturer's servers to the smartwatch. Example, in a health context, emergency alerts. if the smartwatch detects a potential life-threatening condition such as atrial fibrillation or a server fault, it can directly send an emergency alert to the medical service. In summary, the communication phase for a health-related IoT smartwatch is essential for ensuring that its data is not only securely transmitted to appropriate platforms but can also that the smartwatch remains an active participant to manage and improve the user's health.
For the first one is data collection fusion. So what is data collection fusion? Data collection fusion is about the smartwatch collect data from various sensors, for instance, heart rate, blood oxygen, movement, potentially external device, such as glucose monitor. During the analysis phase, the data flow is combined for a universal view of the consumer health. So for example is connecting heart rate, sleep pattern and physical activity that to everyday overall cardiovascular health. So for the second is data cleaning and processing. Data cleaning and processing is before analyze the data is filtered to remove any error, noise or isolated that could distort the result. So for the example is filtering out incorrect heart rate points caused by temperature sensor misplacement. It's important to get wrong data. Okay. For the third one is data analysis and interpretation. Data analysis and interpretation, using the system, it analyzes the process data to identify pattern, trend and expectation. It could involve statistic method, machine learning, form or rule based on system. For the example is detecting an abnormal heart rate that will show atrial fibrillation or analyzing sleep disorder that suggests sleep apnea. For example, it suggests sleep apnea. Okay. For example. So the fourth is about the trend analysis and pattern recognition. So for the nowadays lah. So what is trend analysis and pattern recognition? So it is about the system look for current trend or duplicating the pattern in the health data that could signal health issue. For instance, controlling increasing resting heart rate, all which is called show rising stress level or the beginning of a chronic condition. So for the fifth is about risk assessment and alert. So risk assessment and alert based on the analysis system the higher risk and it will generate alert recommendation. So the data is get from the user of smartwatch. So with the data, this is important for chronic disease management or early detection of acute health event, for instance, heart attack, stroke and asthma attack. This is very important. So for example, it is work by sending an alert if a sudden drop of user blood oxygen level is detected, which is could be a sign of respiratory issue. So for the second last is about predictive analysis. What is predictive analysis? You don't know. I will explain. So predictive analysis is about advanced analysis may include predicting future health conditions based on the current data. Predictive model can help in preemptively managing potential health issue. So for the example is predicting a potential hypertensive episode by analyze trend in blood pressure and stress level. For the user smartwatch, it will analyze for the nowadays blood pressure and stress level. So for the last one is about the feedback and recommendation. It is a system provide insight or recommendation based on the analyzing user of data from the user smartwatch, which can communicate to the user or healthcare supplier. For instance, suggesting lifestyle change such as increased physical activity or diet adjustment. With the analysis show the rising of cholesterol level.
So, in the context of health science, the action phase for smartwatch typically involves the specific health-related action based on the data that analyzed by the smartwatch. This phase is very important, especially for improving overall patient outcomes. Here's the point about the action phase for this IoT device. So, there are 6 action phase for the smartwatch. So, have a look at the first one. Smartwatch can be a health alert device. The smartwatch can alert the user when it detects abnormal physiological data such as irregular heartbeats or erythema, high blood pressure, or low oxygen saturation levels. This IoT device automatically activates the action phase by sending an emergency notifications to the user and automatically notifying healthcare providers or emergency contacts. So next, medication reminders. The smartwatch can remind them to take their medication at the right times. The smartwatch will vibrate or display a reminder on the screen to take prescribed medications, potentially preventing misuse of medicines. After that, sleep management is the action phase for the smartwatch. So, the smartwatch can monitoring sleep patterns and detecting disruptions or poor sleep quality. Recommending change in sleep habits such as give a reminder message about the time to get sleep is the action phase that will be done by the smartwatch. Exercise recommendation is the 4th action phase that will be done by the smartwatch. So, the smartwatch can recommend exercise routine or suggest when to increase or decrease activity. This IoT device will send notifications to encourage physical activity or recommend rest based on the user's physical condition. Right, next, chronic disease management. So for person with chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease, this IoT device can help manage this by sending alerts when glucose levels are too high or low, or reminding the user to take a blood pressure reading and then suggesting action based on the results. And last, the smartwatch can be an emergency response device. In case of a detect fault or a severe health event, the smartwatch can automatically give a quick response. The smartwatch automatically calling emergency services and sending the user's location to emergency contacts. Alright, to sum up, the action phase in health-related smartwatch IoT device is about transforming health data into meaningful interventions that can improve patient care and outcomes. It is a key how IoT device very useful in human daily life. That's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So for our references in this assignment, we use a APS star for the references link. So you can see the references link for this assignment. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.